What you earn in an hour?
I think I'm at 3,800 right now. I barely cracked the top 10.
I'm one spot out of the top 50, and I'm kind of depressed because I'm saving some packs to break live later in the week, so I know I can move up.
Oh, dude, there's no way I could ever do that. So much credit to you, Jimmy. I had packs and like I need to find out if I have a Jimmy. I need this right now.
I have one left. That's it. But I'm like, I can't do it. But I did pull one mythic, like on my fourth or fifth pack in. I had been on your Corey Cottrell common streak, where I was just pulling commons and uncommons, right?
Yep.
And I finally pulled a mythic, which was awesome, and it was the Jimmy D mythic. So I was pretty stoked about that. I mean,
pulled your own mythic, amazing.
Yeah, I pulled my own mythic. I love
it. Those mythics look good. Those mythics that made me serial pack buyers. I bought one pack and then I bought 2 packs. And then I went and saw the actual mythics out there, and I was pretty impressed by them.
Yeah, they're cool. That's Dennis all day, man. Dennis is so cool.
Yeah, somebody was asking actually in the Telegram chat, like whoever puts together these NFTs, like the blimp for Uplift was amazing. Uplift was amazing. Too many ups and too many L's. But like L for like light, because that is a beam of rightness. Anyway, went to a little bit farther. But anyway, it is Dennis all day. Dennis maps out all those NFTs and, peers beneath the covers every once in a while to come out for a bow, just like Corey's wonderful dog there.
Nice. Like to me. So what is more rare? Is pulling a land from the pack more rare, or is pulling a mythic from the pack more rare? I think it's about 2 lands from the pack.
Right.
Yeah, I think they're actually fairly close. But I'd have to go look. Don't take my word for it. I have too many numbers in my head to really say anything with any certain. Like I know we posted the stuff up there. Anyway,
well, we could maybe address this as well, because I think this came up. I think most people have kind of got it, Corey, but it might be worth a mention. So there's a 20% chance of pulling a coin, which will give you land in the uplift, right?
Which is right, and it's a chance. I had some guys like, I bought 5 and I didn't get one. I want my money back. They're like, you don't know what probability means,
right?
I opened 23. I opened 23 and I got 1 land. So suck it.
Yeah, and we've had people that have opened 5 and gotten like a couple, right? But like, so there's another thing that's on top of that as well, is this is an unlimited sale, right? So like it actually, changes a little bit, right? Because like it's like, oh, there's this many cards out there on the market, but there's only this many lands, right? Well, no, that doesn't really work that way, because like we're constantly creating new cards, because it's an unlimited pack sale for 48 hours, right? So you won't actually know the exact numbers that are on the market until after the sale is closed. And like, it's like the way that it was designed, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not always the best at this, but the way that it was designed is every pack that's open has a 20% chance, right? It's not like a 20% chance of every card that's out there. It's a 20% chance that every pack will have it, right?
Yeah, every time it opens, it runs the random number generator and assigns it depending on what the results are.
Right, so I didn't actually have time to. I saw your voice messages pinned in your channels the other day. The rationale behind the unlimited pack sale. What was the rationale behind it?
So we're not running absolute numbers for the uplifting pools. We're running pools, right? So we've got a general idea of what those pools are going to be, and we can adapt them based on whatever we want to do, right? So we've got total control over uplifting inflation. And so we basically get to adapt to whatever the size of the pool is. Now, anytime we do like a set sale, right? If we sell 1,000 or if we sell 2,000 or whatever, bots come in, they buy the vast majority of it, and they sell it back to our people for profit. I have absolutely no interest in giving bot farms money, right? Yeah. It's very, very low value for the community. I'd much rather have it set so that anybody who wants to take part in this can. Right, so at any point, anybody who wants to be a part of this a pool over 48 hours can do that. That's the main thing that we wanted to be part of. Now, it's like the scarcity ramped up to what I think some people have been trained to expect. No, right? But see also every single DeFi project ever, right? When DeFi projects start, absolutely anyone can get into those pools at any time to whatever extent they want to do. Right now, that limits the exposure to that pool that everybody else has. Right, but it's like a really, really normal part of DeFi. So basically, it kills the bots. There's absolutely no incentive for them to play around with this at all. And we get to adapt the size of the pool to the number of people that are actually, participating in this sale. And it just kind of ticked off all the boxes for us. We just have to retrain people to understand that, the absolute value of what they're getting is going to be dependent on the number of people that are participating and the actual size of Upliftium, and whether or not, we actually manage to create any demand for Upliftium at all, which of course, we're going to do, but haven't done yet.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, really. I mean, bots are very much in the wax news at the moment, aren't they?
It does make a lot of sense. So, just listen to that again if it didn't, because it does. It makes a lot of sense.
We try. Anyway, so
I'm sure there will be some pushback there because obviously it's a very different model from what
we've had. I mean,
used to.
We had one person on Twitter was like, "Oh, this is a cash grab," and like people were like, "You realize people are just buying this if they want to buy it?" And like, hold on, let me check my notes. You don't have to, right?
Yeah.
It's really, really interesting to me that people. But I mean, we've trained them with all these hyper scarce drops, right? So, it makes sense that people who aren't going to look any further than that are not going to understand what we're doing. And really, out of 6,000 purchases so far, we've had exactly 2 people complain about it. And
it was pretty intense the day that we dropped. But like the last 2 days, I think it's been 2 days in real world time, has been bliss. Everyone's been amazing. So yeah, thanks for the community out there that support us. Thanks for the community that's playing along. Everyone's nice. A couple people are disappointed that they haven't gotten mythics or land, but like they're not upset. They're not coming in raging. They're just saying like, wow, like what crappy luck. I thought only Corey had that crappy luck on our
Dude,
planet,
I still do. Seriously, I've opened 23 packs and I got 1 land. It was, I'm a little traumatized, but I did get 3 mythics, and I think I actually got a Jimmy, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, I was pretty excited. I got a Wayne's World, so I'm like stoked about that.
Wayne's World,
really
that's awesome.
Slightly tempted to trade you one of my lands for the mythic because I've bought loads of lands.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's really tough, right?
Tough. Yeah. Shit.
That's really tough.
We'll talk. That's it. Thank you for asking me that question because I thought my initial answer would be, of course, yes. And my brain went, yeah, but you only have 3 and they're all different. Damn it.
You know what you got to do? You got to open some more packs. Not pulling
I'm telling you,
some more mythics. Then come see me.
I'm for sure going to be buying more. That is for damn sure. All right. So, Dwain, what are you grateful for right now?
I'm grateful for that. Crypto's put me in a great space at the moment. I've just quit the day job. I've got about 6 months left in the day job, and then I shall be heading off to become a crypto punk, I suppose.
That's awesome, man.
See what you've done, Loadmaster. You've messed up the whole, self-defense force of the world now.
Hey, I'm leaving soon as well, so unfortunately.
Awesome. Ash, what are you grateful for?
That's a difficult one. You put me on the spot. I thought Dwain was going to do that.
He did. Nailed it.
Ready. I had one ready and loaded. You warmed me up.
I'll think about it. I'll have to come back to it, I'm afraid. I'm looking at my Chinook that I built in your beautiful land.
Yeah, we'll hop over there when we're done the gratitudes.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll let Jimmy go.
Yeah, I'll go. What you think about it, Corey? I'm grateful for our amazing community.
Who stands out the most from your community at the moment? What should be just a random community member? Who do you think of when you think of a random community member that you're grateful for?
Me?
It changes every minute. That's what's crazy. It really does change every minute. I got like one. Like Samantha is.
That's
awesome.
exactly
She's really cool.
Exactly who I was thinking of. Mm-hmm. We had this girl Samantha 15 show up in the last week, and I literally have gotten to the point where like I'll answer a question once, and then anytime anyone else asks that question, I just let her handle it because she's nicer than I am by far. I'm a bit of a dickhead, and but also like really understands the mechanics and the math and the decisions that we're making and why we're making them, and is like answering way better than I am. I'm like, all right, you're an admin. I'm just gonna go have a coffee and shut the fuck up because you're just better at this than I am. So
she puts it in really like terms that a lot of people can understand, which is really good. She kind of
quite good.
dumbs it down in a way.
In fact.
All right. Nick, spill your load there, Ash.
I'm going to be grateful for something really random, I think. I'll be grateful for chickens.
We love chickens. We do love chickens.
Any particular reason why? Or?
No, just put it out there that we all should be grateful for chickens.
All right. I like me some chickens. All right. English voice makes it that much more real. Yeah, it does. I mean, they have an advantage. Everyone knows it. It's just true. Jerry,
more than our people.
Is there any aluminum?
All right. Gonna get Sherry Don's thing here. So
no, I was just gonna say it's a little bit messed up because like a lot of my mates here in Japan, they're like from Australia or England, and so like I'm this like Canadian who's kind of got like a weird Hawaiian broken like over enunciated but under like pronounced Japanese accent that uses words like mate and. So when I go home to Canada, everyone looks at me. They're like, "What? Like, what language are you speaking? This is weird, right?" Like, they're like, you say a mate in a Canadian accent is not really as cool as saying it in a heavy British or Australian accent when you're in Canada, because then people are just like, "Hey, are you trying to be cool? Because it's not working." Like, no, I watched The Office, but only the British version. That's where I picked it up from. Totally untrue, but I like it. I mean, I'd love to see you infiltrate other accents, because I honestly believe that if you're going to learn English, you should learn English from the Brits or the Aussies, because especially if you're Japanese. If you learn English from the Brits or the Aussies, you end up sounding like you're American. If you learn English from the American, the enunciation or pronunciation is so low, you end up sounding like somebody who can't speak English. So yeah, go to England and there's fish and chips. Just eat them outside of London. That's my word of advice for England, ladies and gentlemen.
I feel smarter suddenly. There's a chicken.
No, that's not even built by me. That is built by NFT
awesome.
Chickens. We're slowly expanding. We're a bit slow on the army side of things.
Awesome. That's awesome. So what's the Chinook all about, other than just being totally rad?
Oh, that was my day job before I got into crypto. So I used to fly those.
Oh, wow. Holy shit, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I thought I'd stick one on there. We have got some big plans for the land, which is why it's looking so barren at the moment. So most of that water area there, we're going to give to guys in the army to build plots themselves. So any day now, we're just going to give out those plots around the centre, and the who knows what we'll end up with.
That's awesome, man.
Even a shop, maybe, Dwain. Oh, Dwayne's gone on us.
Hey, you're muted, I think, somehow there, Dwayne.
His looks like he's unmuted.
Right?
Do you wanna,
he's muted on his side.
Yeah, you might want to check your microphone, Dwayne. I think you're.
Or there you go.
What about now?
There you go.
Good now.
There he is. He's back.
Oh, I'm back.
Commence rant.
Oh, yeah. I was saying I've got a great group of guys I work with called my land caretakers who do a lot of stuff with Alien Worlds mining events and that. And I've got a really prolific creator called Some Dude in the channels, Arkaya.
Yeah,
and
that's your guy. Some Dude is awesome.
Years.
Yeah,
and he's actually been inspired to build the first Alien Worlds inspired religion called the Temple of Impoverished Lands. And on one of his servers, he's been building crazy for the last couple of months.
That's
and
awesome.
He's going to have all sorts of things on there. You can do a pilgrimage to his temple. He's got obstacle courses. He spent weeks getting slime for his obstacle courses. And then, like any real religious pilgrimage, there's lots of toils, trials, and travails to get to the inner sanctum of the Temple of Impoverished Lands.
Dude, that
And we'll
sounds
definitely
awesome.
bringing him onto the army alien land when we have a chance.
Yeah, there's over here. There is a bunch of cool. This is awesome. Yeah, there's a bunch of gamification type stuff that's starting to crop up, and I get more excited about that all the time.
We're working on this staircase still.
All right.
As a team of one, it's really hard to find the time to build.
Yeah, I hear you. Man, I love this though, man.
This is the underground secret shopping zone of McDonald's.
Actually, last time I saw the alien land, you built a little shack on a beach.
Yeah.
So it's certainly come on quite a lot.
Yeah, it was a little like wooden shack at first, but now we've actually got McDonald's. So
that's progress.
Right there, you go. Once you have McDonald's, it's real. Until then,
yeah, you won't be able to get out now. That's it.
Yeah, this is great. So much fun.
How many man hours have you put into that, Ash?
Oh, a lot.
Yeah, a few.
It's funny though. Once you start, it's sort of you just can't stop, can you? And it
really is kind of zen.
Right.
And the way the music suddenly starts. I was also in Swineland the other day, and I went into Nemesis and things like that, and that's very addictive as well.
Yeah,
there's beasties in Swineland now, and I got attacked by a giant flying bat the other day.
As you do.
Right, way up high, way up high in the sky, right? Like they keep knocking you over, off of the side, and it really, it's annoying.
Yeah.
Totally.
So I've had to build my own little cabin to hide in while I build my auto farms and things.
Right.
Oh man, Lax Virtual Land, not messing around at all.
That's great. When you go inside it, I've spent not hours inside, but
I've never seen this.
Go inside. It's very plush.
The game's been not safe for work if we're going there.
Too much time on there. Yeah, go in that little door there and knock yourself out. It's great. You've got some music on the walls and.
Seeing all the pictures on the walls, etc. Now, if I read the Upliftium FAQ correctly, you can spend 100,000 Upliftium and upload a photo to the servers. Is that right?
Yep. And our installer will put it up for you.
Has anybody been wealthy enough in mining wise to own 100,000 yet? And have they taken any photos to upload yet?
Yeah, I think, and from the test phase when we were testing the rewards module out, some people have more than that for that as well.
And there's a few, there are a few people that have it. We just
recently hit 100K.
Yeah, me too. We just recently went live with the leaderboard, so you can check that out as well.
Yeah, I'm way down at the bottom.
Fun, huh? Where have you put the leaderboard?
It's on the Upliftium page that if you go to.
We're definitely checking that out. And then probably going to buy some more packs right afterwards.
You'll need to buy a lot of packs to keep up with the leader. I mean, I thought I was good at.
I don't even know who that is. They need to calm down.
I've just checked their wallet. It's horrendous. Their wallet, 9,000 an hour.
Yeah, that's like a little under 3 times what I'm making.
Pretty impressive.
And most of mine is coming from I got one of the gold memberships for Yoshi coins. What the hell is this? This is amazing.
Yeah, that's cool, isn't it?
It's looking very alien.
He's been to the underworld.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it totally looks like something right out of Aliens.
Wow, that is amazing. I'm very impressed with that.
Okay. Huh. Feel like another Clash Dome arena. Boink.
Actually, that would make it.
Bravo.
That would make a flippin' awesome arena, honestly. And like the way that the glass looks in the shaders with it almost looks like wires, like ropes, like something out of, Mad Max or something like that.
Yeah, really that'd be on the Thunderdome.
Right. Sorry.
Secret rhubarb. All right. Cool.
The first thing that sprang to mind when I saw the big alien Thunderdome, but we'll go with it.
haven't seen this either. It's just been so long since we've just been able to like muck around. That's awesome.
So yeah, tell us about this new project. This new.
What is this chicken thing? What's happening?
Oh, the chicken thing, I can't really tell you much about that because I'm only really an advisor on it. It's not my bag really, but they're still working on it at the moment. And as you know, with developers, they're having problems with the contracts and smart contracts to make it all work smoothly. So I'll let them update you on it when I get some more info. But it's getting there. It's getting there.
Can you tell us about the chickens that won't get people in too much trouble?
It's actually, I don't even understand it myself now. It seems very complicated, but obviously you could just chat amongst yourselves and try and work out the sort of logic of it. So obviously to have a chicken, you'll need an egg to hatch, and to hatch a chicken, you'll need a rooster and a chicken. And you'll need something to feed them with, and you'll need land to live on, and all four combine, and things like that to either create more chickens as quickly as possible. But yeah, it just blows my mind when I look at it. I mean, if you understand alien worlds, if you understand our planet, it's a mishmash of them. But I think what the main thing is, it's very fair to everyone. So, like you were saying at the beginning, Corey, it stops the bots.
Yeah,
that can come in and make a massive profit. It's just you can earn from it, as with all these things. Everyone wants to earn something, but it's a fair way of earning, and it's time based. And yeah, so I'll try and get you some updates from the actual guys that are running it, and maybe get them on in his chicken costume.
Yes,
he loves to wear a chicken costume.
Anything that involves a chicken costume is an automatic yay from me.
I just don't know how he keeps a straight face.
All I heard was blah 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 land blah 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 blah. So I'm in.
Yeah, there you go.
People in Telegram were just saying, "Take my money."
Yeah,
well, it's not about taking money; it's about having fun and earning some sort of residual income.
I mean, there so needs to be a meme of someone like just like saying that, like, take my money, handing it to a guy in a chicken costume, right? Like there's no better idea than that.
I'd be surprised if there's not a meme about that already.
Yeah, I'll have to see. But Dwain can sort of explain our little project. Well, it's his little project, really. I'm just helping him out, really.
Yes, please.
Yeah, you guys are starting Alien. We checked the Telegram before. We'll say it again one more time so people can go and join. I mean, it's really easy to get through the CAPTCHA. You don't have to worry about that at all. It took me like a minute and a half.
I wish we live streamed that, Jimmy. I wish I live streamed Jimmy failing through the basic maths to enter Army Alien World.
So I couldn't.
The CAPTCHA's broken. The numbers.
No, I thought it was one of. I thought you were supposed to like put. I thought you were supposed to put in the numbers like in sequential order. I didn't see the X, like the multiplication sign there, so I was all confused. I'm like, there is no 2. What's happening? But anyway,
in all fairness, if you're living in Japan, you probably cancel the numbers backwards anyway, Jimmy. So it's it's a natural mistake to make.
That's like the nicest, misinterpretation that anyone's ever said to me. Thank you. I wish that was true. I'm going to use that. Alien Army World is the Telegram channel. If you just go into Telegram and you type it in, it's the Alien Army World. I'll drop it in the chat. But while I do that, why don't you tell us what's going on with this project?
Well, Alien Army World does a bunch of stuff, really, to be honest. Now, I came across Ash probably about 6-7 months ago. In NFT Army, we start chatting as you do, and then Alien Worlds came out. So Ash started Alien Army World. Ash, being a busy man, off hunting chickens, etc., gave Alien Army World to me, and we've done a bunch of stuff from there. In the meantime, we've got a lot of things on the back burner, a lot of things planning as you do. And I was just chatting to Ash the other day. We had a big high-level business meeting at the local supermarket.
Morrison's.
And, it was supposed to be a coffee shop. The coffee shop was closed for the day, COVID. And from this high-level meeting, we started to have some plans and ideas coming out. Now, Ash, being in the space for a while, and Ash always being the good guy that he is, has been promoting local artists, and he's got a lot of art in the background. And together, we've probably got a heck of a lot of connections in the wax space. So with Ash's art, and with all connections in the wax space, and the ability to make a token, and the branding of basically an army, we've decided, and this is very, very, very early days.
Like
in other words, the realm of this existing now is just me and Ash talking. But where we eventually plan to go with this is a ration token, and the ration token will operate very similar to the way that you guys do your business with the mining. You'll own holder cards, and the holder cards assign them certain ranks because, of course, army, and the different rank cards will earn you ration. And ration, lots of plans for ration in the future. Won't reveal too many of the plans. Like I say, pretty early days. But yeah, we're pretty excited about it.
You know what? We've had a few different guests on this stream in the last week that have really tapped into their roots.
I freaking love that NFT.
Right.
I think I have one of those.
That NFT sold at auction. I sold at a dust auction a couple of months ago.
Yeah,
that was Dwain's effort, wasn't it?
It was my effort. Yes.
That's so fun.
I think my talents lie elsewhere.
I think I bought it, and I think I'm pretty excited about it.
Yes,
that's fun. I didn't know you did that. But yeah, like I like the fact that you've named it, you know, in the spirit of the army. That's really cool. And like I can only imagine what a ration will be, right? Like I think this is really interesting. And we see a lot of this in the space, like coming out where people are like tapping into the self-interest. So I think, and in wax especially, I know that's been happening recently. It's kind of annoying. In wax especially, you know, I think the creativity that's coming, you know, out from projects like yours to just be able to define things that Corey's showing on the screen, but even the naming of this stuff is just amazing, right? Like, I mean, like nobody beyond the army would ever think of naming something like that, and they, even if they did, they wouldn't do as good of a job. So I think that's really cool. I'm excited to see what rations I get because, like, yeah.
Oh yeah, what happens in the future? Exciting times all around, I think. For everybody.
Oh yeah, for everybody. That's I'm excited for so many different projects that it's almost mind numbing. It really is.
July is going to be an exciting month.
Hell yeah! All right, so how do people get involved in in all this stuff? How do I throw money at you?
I'll share my bank details in chat later. I accept dollars, yen, pounds, euros.
Private seed phrases, don't you?
We're still very early days of planning, to be honest. Art is created, conceptually created, and I think we generated enough awesomeness in the community, enough win-win-win from everybody to get it going, really. But it's still very early days. But you'll be one of the first to know, Corey, and you, Jimmy.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. Thank you.
So yeah, I just want Sherry for so I actually want to address this. So Corey, for people that are all new to this space, is it worth it for us to get involved? I mean, if you mean specifically with these two guys, I would say yes. And like without any details, I would say yes. And here's why. I mean, I've interviewed Loadmaster, I've interviewed Ash before, I've interacted with Dwain a bunch of times. Huge fan of both these guys. Way more importantly than that for me, the community that these guys are building and have been building, super fucking positive, really fast growing, and everybody's having a blast, right? From that, you can infer that even if they make a project that falls on its face, the community will be around for them to iterate. And they won't, right? They've seen all this stuff before. They know exactly what's going on. They're learning the same lessons we're learning from Alien Worlds and our planet and everything else. And at the very least, what they're building from this is going to be super fun and backed by an amazing community. So hopefully that answers your question. Resounding yes.
Yeah, we're not looking to rug
Corey, can I change my gratitude towards gratitude for Corey?
Sure, 100%. I'll go change it. I'll just go at it.
Eternal gratitude for Corey.
I mean, for real though, you guys have earned every word that I just said. I mean, and you guys know that, right? I also suck at taking compliments.
It's about the community, mate.
Well, that's exactly it.
The community has made us what they are. The community is such amazing guys. And every time, like my land caretaker, for example, I put them together to basically shill Alien Worlds lands, and the caretakers have taken it above and beyond. The ideas they come up with and the time and effort they put into it is amazing. And really a big shout out to every single person in all of our communities, really. That's what it's really about. Stand on the shoulders of giants.
Nailed it.
Yeah, I quite, I've liked Ash since, the first time I met him. He was quite nice, but I've never actually interacted or met you, Dwain. And I think that you're actually hilarious. And so like, I kind of want to add my gratitude to Dwain as well. Cause like, I hope that you're trying to be funny, because you're a really funny guy. You're making me laugh like the whole time, right? Like busting my chops. It's great. Like, yeah, I would love to be in like a random impromptu meeting sitting outside of a supermarket with you two, wondering why the cafe is closed. That would be the best meeting ever, I think.
Well, the eggs Benedict was pretty good, actually. Eggs and avocado was pretty good that day. Took about half an hour to get served, but yeah, no complaints that side.
Once we found someone to serve us, that wasn't it?
Oh, at least half an hour.
I mean, it's hard to get somebody to bring you eggs when you're walking around a supermarket in a chicken suit.
I mean,
True.
but you'd think it should be
people
kind
actively
of
avoiding
easy.
us that day.
Right? That's awesome. Thanks,
What next,
Marcos.
guys? You've done loads in the space. We've got the mining rigs out. We've got the land out. I think Borvalis and Swanland have now gone live for being uplifted. What's next?
Yeah, I mean, what's next? Jesus.
Well, we're
my
doing
wife actually asked me this. We got up really early this morning, and of course we're still in the process. The sale's going to go on till tonight, and get everything ready for that, and all this crazy shit or whatever, right? And I've got like literally 11 hours of meetings today with different aspects of all the different projects we're doing or whatever. And so, I'm drinking some coffee. I'm playing this weird egg chain DeFi thing on Binance chain this morning. It's kind of like I'm just drinking my coffee. She's like, "So what's next?" And I'm like, because like I start taking off the things, right? So like some of the priorities we have. Punchline Get Thing basically is going to allow any project within the uplift to start accessing on-chain data based on signs that get punched on their land, right? We'll publish, who punched it, yada yada yada, and that way it's going to allow a tremendous amount of gamification and communication from projects in world to whatever they happen to be doing outside, right? So we're pretty excited about that. So just because I think it's going to be probably the single biggest value add for not only projects but players in the game that we can do, other than turning rewards on, which is also slated for. That's a huge focus for us for July. We were finishing testing before our lead dev on that had to take some time off this last month. So when he gets back early July, that's going to be a primary focus. So we're going to be turning land, what we're calling land UBI, just basically every NFT. That is a land NFT is going to be having access to pools in the same way that the mining rig NFTs have. So they'll earn passively no matter what happens. But then much larger pools will be accessible to for the active rewards, right? People actually playing in the space, people walking across your land, that kind of thing. So that's our main focal points for July. And then we're also moving away from Minecraft username logins to social logins, and that's going to allow us to start allowing people to withdraw Upliftium as crystallized Upliftium in the form of NFTs, which I'm personally super excited about. And that basically, like, that's our focus for July. How much of that gets done in July is up to the gods. Like, how much we actually manage to get done. Yeah. And there's there's a list of another probably 20 things between Yoshi Drops and Legend that we'll be working on as well.
Yeah, my list is a little bit different than that. We're gonna jump start the blog series where we're gonna go in and have people like you come in and showcase your plots, why you built what you did, how you built it. So we're hoping to get you guys on. We've got a new time schedule that better tailored towards people that we didn't hit up the last time. So we're gonna kick those off, maybe 1 to 2 of those a week. The Journey series with me and sometimes Corey and Cowie. And so that's going to be fun. We're also going to try to populate the blog with some builds or some, things that are happening inside the uplift, but also what these projects are doing beyond the space, so that we can, give that value back, so that we can give that coverage, so that people can come into our blog and see what awesome builds you've done, like through images and stories, but also, be able to find and relay that back to your sites and your projects, and why you've created what you've created, and the ambitions that went behind, like, you being in the position to find us in the first place. We really want to provide that win-win as best we can. So I'm looking forward to doing that this summer and trying to jumpstart this as best I can. And I hope that you guys are one of the initial ones that we were able to feature, right? Because you're a really solid member of this community from the early days. So really hope to get the word out there on all that you've done and all that you guys continue to do as well.
I'm so excited about that, Jimmy. That's such a great plan. Sorry, Dwayne, go ahead.
Just saying that'd be wicked. Well, I mean, obviously we got so many things to showcase. Whilst I've got the stream again, I'll give a big shout out to Star Cards, who we're doing a collab with very shortly. And Jimmy, being in Japan and having some Aussie friends, you might or might not have heard of Lizard Wizard and the King Gizzard, something like that. It's a crazy band that Star Cards base a lot of their projects on. And I looked them up after I saw Star Cards. I was like, wow, they're pretty damn crazy. And they got they got all this lore, crazy cyber lore behind it. And one of the things, they got Han Tuumi, who's some sort of crazy cyborg, and he exists as a Star Card, and he's an awesome Star Card. He's basically one of the first three-dimensional ones I saw. You can rotate him, look around him, etc. And I'm gonna get my guys to try and make that on some of the Alien Worlds lands. So I hope you can get Star Cards, Victor Z, big shout out to you. Well, there you go. So I hope you get Han 2 in your feature there as well.
That's awesome.
And do check out Lizard Wizard and the King Gizzard. Crazy stuff.
That's
crazy
great
stuff.
We're going to have the army tramping all over Uplift World, aren't we? That's our plan.
Oh yeah, marching up and down,
marching around up the rails for people.
Yeah.
There you go.
Combat drills all the time, definitely.
We're going to raid people's plots and have parties there.
I'm still waiting for, when we turned Nemesis on, I thought they were going to be the roving gangs, like armies. I really did. And instead, it's no, we'll be helpful, blah, 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 blah. You fucking uplifters. I love it.
I still can't work out Nemesis, so I thought you could take your weapons in there, or is it just what you make in there that you can keep?
I think it's only what you can make in there. Yeah, I think you have to. Now, I could be wrong about this. There could be, because I haven't really spent too much time in there, somebody who's done that. Because there's people in there that have legit, they're kitted out.
Oh yeah.
And when I went in there, I just got freaking murked in the waiting room.
I spent four hours. I spent 4 hours building diamond armor down deep in a mine, only for a stupid spider to come along and kill me.
Fucking spiders.
Where did it come from? I was well hidden down in the depths with one little torch. Man. It still found me. But if anyone's got any cobwebs in Swineland, can they bring them to me? Because you just can't find them. That's
cobwebs, huh?
Cobwebs, you need it for string, don't you, to make a bow?
Oh yeah, I totally knew that.
Yeah. You need to play more.
Someone told me there's a shop called Medusa's that's running in one of the servers.
Yeah.
Yes, I was in there yesterday. Yeah.
That's got a couple.
That's in London, and it's just right next to Spawn. Actually, you can find it over there. So.
There's a shop also in Swineland, isn't there? Just south.
I think so. Yeah.
I accidentally found it.
Yeah. I actually, man, I need to really. We just have to take a month off so I can get back to playing in the freaking metaverse that we built.
There was a pesky. I
got to go there.
I came across a llama.
Right? Oh man, did you see that? I think it's a Clash Dome battle card of Anders.
That was awesome.
He's half llama or whatever. Oh my god, that's so good. Well played, Clash Dome. Well played.
Nice.
Yeah, it's super.
Well, to be honest, you guys owe me about $600 to be honest, because for the first time in about 7 years, I've actually bought a PC. I normally do all the things off my phone, and for the first time in 7 years, I bought a PC, and I genuinely, one of the 90% reason I bought the damn thing was so I could play sodding Minecraft because of you guys.
Yeah,
I like the
PC industry. I guess
that's great. Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like we should get kickback, but that's just me.
So every time I jump on, I know so little. Every time I jump on Minecraft, I'm in my head, I'm like, you know nothing, Dwayne. You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Right?
Yeah.
I still feel exactly the same way. No matter what I build, there's people building things that are just unbelievably epic.
Yeah.
Right. I'm doing like I do like some building with the nasty hooks now and again, and they're pretty good. But we're all kind of beginners, so it's kind of fun, right? Because like we just go in and joke around. But it's like the other day, it's like, hey, let's plant a mushroom forest. Hey, why aren't these mushrooms planting? Why aren't they growing? Like we actually had to like leave essentially the stream, and go and like figure out how to grow mushrooms because none of us have ever done it before. And like we don't really know. It's like it works here, but it doesn't work over here. Like that's how like new like beginners we are. So I sympathize with the people who don't know anything because I think it's kind of fun. Like Ash says, oh yeah, I was down like beneath the depths of the caverns building like diamond armor before like a spider killed me after 4 hours. I'm like 4 hours. I don't even know how to get a freaking wooden sword in 4 hours. Never mind build diamond armor. I do, but in but you must have dug fast and like to get down there like out of the depths of all those little green Chucky zombie dudes. I think
the thing is you start from scratch every single time, but you still do it. And I've even my brother who said, "Oh, why are you playing stupid Minecraft?" As now I catch him on Discord because Discord tells you what people are doing, and there he is in the morning playing Minecraft. I'm like,
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Sneaking downstairs from his wife's bed playing Minecraft. What are you doing? Playing Minecraft.
Anyone out there saying, "Oh, I'm not getting Minecraft," just get it honestly because it'll waste hours of your life. And you can join everybody else in there. I think there needs to be a Discord chat room actually for people to talk to each other that are in the worlds. I don't know if that's possible because text chat's quite slow in there, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I think we've got the Discord open for the uplift, but I don't know how people are using it.
Maybe they just need telling that if you're playing and you want to chat, just go in there.
Right, just get in the audio there. That's a good idea.
Because in survival, it's really difficult. If you're missing, like I am, a spider's web, then someone could be sitting on loads of them, and I'm sitting on loads of other stuff, and it could be easily swapped, can't it?
Right. Must be really. I prefer the voice calls, right? Must be really difficult for you guys because you guys have to like you're used to always saying out, over, out, over, out. So
Roger. As we always say, if in doubt, Roger out.
Yeah.
I should just leave the stream because my middle name's actually Roger. So
Roger
out.
Roger out.
That's funny.
Well, I'm glad I'm actually seeing you guys face to face because I don't know if it's the same with Ash, but we've got a lingo in the army, a radio monster. A radio monster is a woman who sounds absolutely amazing over voice, but when you meet her face to face, it's not so much. So at least we've seen you guys face to face. So you're definitely not radio monsters. Close, but not.
Yeah, I mean, I was shooting for Radio Monster, but what are you gonna do?
I'd actually be interested to know, like, because it's funny because I listen to a lot of podcasts as opposed to watch them, right? Like I'll listen in my car and stuff like that. And like one of the guys I was listening to today, he said, and for those of you that are listening in the car that can't look at the charts, and he just kind of explained it. And I was like, I wonder how many people like actually just put us on in the background, like, and as opposed to how many people sit and watch. Like, I'm sure that it's a big percentage because, like, to Obscurity and Beyond sometimes, or some of our like interview roundtables, Corey run for like a couple hours, right? So, I mean, who has that kind of time? Yeah, right. I think it's good. But like, I think like our Monday shows or our NFT game day shows, like people are generally watching us, but they can't see us because usually we've got the stuff up on the screen and we're playing in game and stuff like that. So, all right, here's a question for you: have you guys like had like any mass build sessions where you guys went in? Like, I know that you work with a couple different people, but this isn't the Journey series, but I'm kind of curious to know how you're gonna crash all of these plots with all of your army dudes. Like, what are you guys gonna do? Are you gonna throw a big party or something like over on the plot now that it's starting to open up? Like.
Question. I mean, we haven't really got into the depths of it. But I think whatever we do, I like my alien army caretakers. They'll probably come in en masse. We've got about 12 of them. I mentioned them before in the chat, and they'll probably come in, and anything could happen really.
We've got a few sort of
our ideas. we have these little tinky tiny ideas, but the guys come up with some crazy ideas. So even if I gave you a plan right now, a solid plan, wrote it down, white papered it, and gave you all the documents behind it, it'd probably all fall to pieces as soon as these crazy guys come in, because some crazy shit happens.
This is the way.
It's funny though, because Corey's had some pretty good ideas, but I can see what happens. Like a lot of our team members have some pretty good ideas, but I can see what happens when we all get together and we just don't have anything to do, which is very rare. But it's like, hey, let's just get together and shoot the shit. And it's like somebody says something that seems like, what, that just seems like crazy. And then the next thing you know, it's like a world being built and like a product being rolled out. And it's like, how the hell did that happen in like
I have to be careful. Yeah, I have to be careful what I say. I was like, man, what if we did a world with land that was 20 by 20 instead of 50 by 50 as its base, and just figure that stuff out to basically create an on-ramp down the road, like when land gets really expensive, how to onboard that. And an hour later, Wayne's like, hey, I wanted to see what this would look like. It's a 2-kilometer map. It looks really cool. We could totally do this tomorrow. I'm like, cool your jets, motherfucker. Like, let's slow down. It was pretty cool though. I mean, we're very likely not going to be doing that anytime soon, but it's definitely something that will show up down the road.
We could do that. You guys have coming out. Obviously, everyone knows about the R-Plan collaboration. What about the other games coming to Wax? We've got Green Rabbit coming up. We've got Alien Worlds, which has been around for ages. Any big collaborations happening with any of these other big game players?
With us?
Yeah.
Mm. Not telling.
Not telling.
I mean, the R Planet one is still well underway, right? I think I wouldn't want to necessarily. I mean, I can be proved wrong very easily, and we have really good conversations with a lot of different projects. But yeah, I think the making sure that Swineland and Borvalis are up and running really, really well is sort of that's one of my top priorities. However, if we can do win-win-win collaborations with other games in the space, clearly we want to do that. Just because it's good for everyone, right? It just makes a ton of sense. So I'm all about it. So yeah, if you got a game, get at me. I need to demo this Nova Rally shit. I can't believe that I still haven't even I have no exposure to that yet whatsoever. And I freaking love those Sammy Snake guys. So we're gonna have to chat with them.
I think we should. In fact, that gives me an idea. Maybe we should build an Olympic running track on Alien Army Worlds and we'll have some people together. We'll have some races to win NFTs and stuff.
Yes,
that'd be quite funny.
Yeah, how fast are you thinking about doing that? Because you should do it quick. Because we want to do an Olympics event for this summer at some point. I think that would be really cool. Everyone can tour around all the different plots and
it'd be cool if somebody created a maze that you had to fly through.
Yeah.
Right? Because we've been talking to people about, they maybe want to turn off flying in their plot, or maybe turn off flying for a couple hours a day or something in general. We're looking into all these different ideas or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Because people are building obstacle courses and different things where obviously the ability to fly would just be too tempting not to do even by accident, right? So it wouldn't really work. But if you have a tube that is basically all crazy and designed to be flown through, then you start at one end, you can only get out at the other end, and the first person to actually get out there wins. You can make it out of glass.
You could probably potentially do it in the Jenner EOS plot, because it's basically one giant tube in at the bottom of the ocean, right? And there's ways to get lost, and you could potentially do something like that. But you could definitely do a better one if you actually designed it and built it out. That would be pretty sweet.
I was trialing in Swineland highboard diving. So I built this diving platform as high as possible, and then below it I put a single square of water, and I was trying to dive off the top and land in the square.
That's awesome.
That's how bored I was the other night.
That's fun.
I've chickens off the top and see if they land in the square.
Yeah. I've done the same thing.
Cow
a lot of fun.
We could call a cool name like Flappy Chicken or something.
Yeah, so in Chicken Caw, people kept stealing my animals in Chicken Caw. So I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. There's like a big like lake at the bottom of this like underground mine that was on my plot. So I'm just gonna like bump the cows off the edge, right? And I just like kept walking into the cows and like they fall off the edge. But the first 3 cows, there was like this jagged block that was sticking out. So there was just this like floating stake there in the middle, and I had to go collect it and build stairs to like mine out the block. But then in the end it worked. Like you can push chickens off of a cliff in the water down below and they'll just flap away until you get down there and kill them with an axe for dinner. Works really well.
So being a total Minecraft noob, because I'm getting this idea about a cool thing you could do. Can you label animals?
Yes.
Can you label spiders?
I don't know. Maybe.
Could like kind of have like people in the land, like label one spider, and to win the bounty on the spider, you go and find the spider and kill the spider.
That's interesting. I don't know. That is very, very interesting, though. Steve, any collaboration with Colonize Mars in the works? I've never actually met Colonize Mars. If somebody wants to introduce me, we would love to have them on the show and talk to them about what they're doing, because I just aped into that when they launched, and I have no idea what's going on. But I also like space, so nailed it.
Yeah, you need to just speak to Hunter. Hunter's the guy that runs it, yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'd love to chat with them. Yeah, we've got teleporters right now. We've got in... is it Borvalis where we're testing that out? We've got them in all 4 corners, and they bounce from corner to corner, basically, just to try and increase the size of the economic zones around the edges.
I do like that comment though. To the TARDIS.
Right. Yep. All right. Hey guys, you guys can keep chatting if you want to. I gotta run. I got a legend leadership meeting I gotta go to. And I need more coffee for that. So, guys, thank you so much for coming on, and thank you for everything that you do in the space. I'm excited for whatever the fuck this chicken thing is. Like, I'm in. Like, I don't know what it is, but like, let's do it up. It'll be great. And yeah, keep me posted about all the stuff that you guys are building in the space, and we'll tour it every chance we get because it's really awesome. Oh, that's funny. Stealing ideas from CK. Zestra is from Chicken Caw. We want to do this with a zombie horse. One zombie horse server of people hunting it. That's actually really fun. And
zombie horses and spiders.
Right?
You can make them fight.
Do you imagine if that's true? I don't even know if that's possible. All right, guys. I got to roll. Have fun. Cheers.
Cool. Stay real, Corey. Thanks.
Yeah, and I mean, shout out to Zestra. I think if you haven't seen it, I believe she was just on live with the guys over at the guys and gals over at the Hustle House. So go check that out. That was pretty cool. But yeah, so how about you guys? Like, if people want to get involved with the NFT army and also involved with Alien Army, what do they do? Where do they go? How can they connect with you guys?
Cool.
Ash, you're the leader and starter and founder of NFT Army. Do you want to take that one?
Yeah, so we have 2 groups really. We have NFT Army, which obviously Ballas tends to run most days with his team. They get up to all sorts of things. I don't tend to jump in there much at the moment because I'm busy doing development on the app and stuff. And obviously Dwain's one is called Army Alien Worlds, isn't it? I can find. I created it. I can't remember. I'll find the link and I'll put it in there. Just go in there and chat to Dwain and annoy him if I can find the.
I put it in there already.
Yeah, cool. Yeah,
same thing. I mean, I'm very. I try jumping as often as I can, but it's quite busy. Do all sorts of things really. So my main admins in there are Kevin Harris. Sorry, not Kevin Harris. David Harris, the Red Wizard. Long story, and Kevin Danikin. So big shout out to them. They're mostly interacting with the guys all the time, and I've got all the big players ready coming in and be admins in Alien Army Worlds. We've got David Alvian from Alien Worlds who comes and helps out. We've got Koneman, big shout to him, comes and helps out. So yeah, it's a fun happening space. Basically, I mean, obviously with the name Alien Army Worlds, our foundations were originally Alien Worlds, but we branch out, and if it's got crazy as a middle name, we'll do it.
Yeah, open to anything, can't we?
Absolutely.
That's funny because I somebody I follow, Miss Team Crypto, actually, she said, like, what's your net worth in what's your net worth in crypto? And I was like, I don't know, but I need a bigger freaking net, because there's so many like NFT projects out there in the depths of the oceans that I just want to have a hand in, right? Like get enough wax and then fish them out and then pull them out. Like it's really difficult. So one of the things we do need to do though.
Do you play on any other blockchains?
I mean, I didn't. Yeah, I used to. I don't really have much time for that anymore. I mean, I still hodl some stuff over there, but I don't really use it very much. I mean, Wax is pretty much the one that I use the most. I mean, I'm still a part of EOS, but, you know, I don't use it that much per se. You know, a little bit of DeFi here and there, but for the most part, I'm quite busy. I'm kind of excited about Ultra. Like, they just launched their own chain. So that's going to be kind of exciting. And then a project that I used to work with as well, Tribe, they're actually porting over to Terra, to the Terra network. So like I might, you know, check that out, because there's been a lot of hype, you know, around that recently as well. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of other interesting things. I'm just kind of just waiting for the days where I can use my stuff on Wax or my stuff on EOS on other chains, right? Because like I think that day's coming pretty soon, and so I think that'll be interesting. You know, we wanted to port out a little bit away from EOS.io projects on this channel, but it's been quite difficult because we're so entrenched in the bias that other blockchains seem to have. So I think that once that bias is gone, right, that the space will get a whole lot richer and a whole lot faster, right? Like, I mean, we were looking the other day, there's a few other blockchains now that are claiming that, like, you know, they're carbon neutral, right? And they're going to start planting trees. And it's really interesting to see, like, you know, what projects are copying us, what projects are copying Wax, what projects are copying other NFT projects in space. I mean, it's really cool. So. But yeah, like one of the things that I was talking to Ash about that I really want to do at some point is I want to get some of the solid, you know, foundation, like big communities, right? Like, and I don't mean any disrespect to the smaller communities, because there's a lot of great projects that we have a part of. But one of the things that I've noticed that's kind of happened in the Uplift world that's really amazing is we've got these like massive communities that have just come in and taken the Uplift by the horns, right? Like NFT Army is one of them, right? Like the Hustle House is another. The Sammy Snake community is another. I'd love to put all of you guys in the same room on the same round table sometime, and just like I think it would just be a really cool stream, because you all do things a little bit differently, but like the end goal, like Dwain said, and like you said before, Ash, plenty of times on the show, the end goal is community, building a strong community around like this space that we're in. You know, enabling each other, helping one another. And it'd be interesting to see like how these different communities were formed. And just for you guys to like, I'm sure you've met them, but just for you guys to all share the same screen and say like, look, we are, you know, we are the communities to I don't know what the word is, to dethrone essentially, but not like to dethrone because like, you know, our community is better than yours. It's like this whole ideology of communities in Wax is amazing, right? Like, it's just like, seems to be these interesting things. That,
yeah, I'm sure you, me and Dwain, we interact with a lot of the community leaders individually at separate times, but to get everybody together sometime, because obviously I know a lot of them, Dwain knows, and obviously they may not know that Dwain knows me, or I know Jimmy, or know Corey,
right.
And we're always passing names amongst each other in the background, and maybe to get together would be the way forward.
So there's a lot of big players, a lot of big community in the space. You know, that was a bit, to me, it was a massive surprise when I came into the Wax community that it actually is a community. Literally, everybody pulling together. And everybody like following the same dialogue and making cool things up and just really being fun guys to be with, really, to be honest.
Right. I think that's like really something that, I don't know, what's your take? Because you guys are kind of community leaders, and you're in a little bit of a different predicament, I think, than, not predicament, but you're in a little bit of a different situation. I mean, I joke about it. But I used to live in Hawaii, and Hawaii's got a really big military presence. And one of the things that you notice when you live in a place with a massive military presence is that the camaraderie, right? Like, you know, sometimes things get a little bit riley when you're out on the town, but for the most part, it's a really tight knit group of people. I think it has to be, right? Like, because you're putting other people's lives in your line on the line, literally, right? Like, no matter you throw all the shade you want at the military, but like the people who can throw shade at the military 9 times out of 10 in the West, it's because the military exists that you have that freedom in the first place, right? We might not necessarily like the way that it's done, but like the camaraderie in the military by the people who are in there is really next level compared to what happens in the real world. And so like for me, seeing this NFT space or this blockchain space, but NFTs seem to bring people together a little bit more, but seeing this NFT space, expand the way that it did, especially in the pandemic, right? And bring people, together in a time of need for social relationships. It's interesting because it kind of seems to me like that community that was built during the pandemic, that now the pandemic is kind of starting to wash away, almost seems stronger in a way than some of these real world connections that existed before. But again, your take is going to be different because I kind of feel like you guys already have that tight knit community, right? With your job and your work and everything that you did. And I'm just kind of curious if you guys, random question of the day, just throw it out there. I'm just kind of curious if you guys have any take on that. For my own personal questioning, because it's weird stuff that I think about.
No, I'd say that's very true. Yeah, the military has sort of a big community, but I think the NFT groups also have that same community, but you obviously can't invite them all around for a drink every night, and you have to meet on Zoom and on YouTube and things like that. But I think in the most part that it's the same community with the same sort of ethos, apart from a few bad players, but you're going to get bad players in every sort of walk of life, aren't you?
I think really I think just general community-wise, people of a similar thoughts and a similar likes and similar needs all eventually end up meeting each other, if you know what I mean, whether that be in the army or whether it be in the NFT community or any other community, really. As long as you've got that same mindset, or if you're a bad player, you've got a different mindset. But yeah, I think eventually you'll end up meeting and banding together with like-minded people in whichever community, really.
I really think you're right in the world beyond NFTs and crypto, and you might be right in the world of NFTs and crypto. But it's funny to me because like 2 years ago, 5 years ago, I would have never thought about blockchain, right? Like a permaculturalist, basically. But then there was something that resonated within that ethos that kind of happened in permaculture as well. But like 2 years ago, even, I was kind of doing stuff with M-Blue and trying to make the world a better place, but I would have never thought about the fact that I would be running a YouTube stream, playing Minecraft live. Like, I'm not a gamer. I don't do that kind of stuff, right? So it makes me think, when you say something like that, like what's that? Is it that the community rallies behind? Yeah, I don't know. And it makes me ponder this a lot because like I don't necessarily see as what I'm doing gaming. I see it more as like being part of a community, right? Like I know there are people out there who are diehard Minecraft people who love the fact that you can have like a decentralized Minecraft with ownership and all of the, economic rights that go behind it. But it seems to me like the majority of the people who are I'm interacting with, even if they're hardcore Minecrafters, what they really appreciated out of it is that community aspect, right? And so you might be right. I don't know.
Yeah.
Have to see how the communities grow and develop in the future. In the meantime, though, I think the wax space and the communities in the wax space in the meantime are growing exponentially, and not just growing in numbers wise, but also growing in knowledge and just growing in the right ethos wise as well, really, to be honest. And new ones pop up all the time. 2 months ago, I had no idea who Sammy Snake was, and now I certainly do.
Yeah.
Just when you think there are no new projects, a week comes by and there's 10 new ones.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, so that's like something that you guys are probably a little bit more tuned into, because of the nature of your community. You have all these people coming in I remember the first time we had you on the show, and like, the Telegram channel just erupted with like the NFT army like stickers. It was a really empowering moment. It's like, hey, like these guys seem cool before, but like they're bringing the army, like they're gonna blow this shit up. Like it's gonna be great.
You're in whose army? Well, this army.
I love it. So, but Corey said it before. You guys seriously rock. We love having you on all the time. We're really excited to see what you guys are up to next. Super stoked, always. And let us know where and when and if we can help, because we always want to support the people who have been here since the beginning, supporting us.
Amazing.
Sherry, that's pretty awesome. I didn't know that you were an admin. It's funny, there's a lot of people who I know from Ultraware, and they're actually one of my favorite projects in the space. But yeah, that in itself is amazing. I knew nothing of the space till someone introduced me to it a month ago, and now I'm an admin for Ultraware and Chain Creatures, and have met amazing and helpful people through this space. And I'm sure that's probably a similar story with some of your guys' admins as well in the NFT army. And when you bring people in, it's just amazing, right?
It's happening.
Sorry, go ahead.
I've got to bounce. I've got some.
I've got to do normal stuff in a second.
Right? I know. I got in trouble today for saying real world stuff, and apparently this is real world too. So we'll see all of you guys next time. And thanks for coming back. Somewhere here, there's a chop in here. I don't know, or a chicken flap. Maybe we'll